Let's talk NFL Combine. A little late to the party, but I want to get this out there just so I can put my views on it. I don't think the Combine holds as much as it used to when it comes to value. The same as in college football because we have college playoffs. The bowl games don't hold as much as it used to. But there is some people I want to talk about and highlight, and let me get that out there, and we'll see what the NFL draft got's coming up. I have a mock draft I want to put out. I have other videos I want to put out as well when it comes to football. Please put down what you think you would like to hear about football, college. We got a lot of college stuff coming out, spring games as well. So any ideas, anything you would like to talk about, put them down in the comments so we can do a video on there and try to get the information to you as quick as possible. So let's talk this, quarterbacks. I don't have a whole lot to talk about when it comes to Bryce Young. He didn't participate so much. I mean, everybody did the medical and the interview. And I was upset about it first. I'm like, this guy don't want to compete? Like, what's going on? And then I just realized it just don't hold the value that it used to hold. The Combine doesn't matter as much, right? You got linemen doing 40-yard dashes that don't do 40-yard dashes in the games. Don't really matter like it used to matter whenever I grew up watching the Combine. And you say, why is that? Well, the game's changing. Just like college, right? We have the playoffs. So most of the bowl games don't matter. They're not getting the reviews and views like they used to have because they don't matter like they used to matter. They might matter to me and people from my age group who love the bowl games. Listen, the Rose Bowl is huge to me. I watch the Rose Bowl every year. It doesn't matter what people say. I love the Rose Bowl, right? And so I like the New Year's Six Bowls, all of them. I try to watch them all. But in the Combine, don't. If you are a college player and you played in a bowl game, you got extra film. If you played multiple years, you give them film. If you're going to do the pro day, you're giving them film. They're going to go and do the medical and the interview with you. They're going to break out the whiteboard. They're going to ask you questions. They're going to see where your knowledge is when it comes to breaking down football. And that's what they're going to go off of. They're going to look back at your history and your attitude and who you were as a person, player, and maybe even a family member. They're going to break down those traits, and that's how they're going to find out who you are. So this is just a small little portion of something now compared to what it used to. So I'm going to say Bryce Young, he's still the number one quarterback in a lot of eyes. I put him at 1A when it comes to coming out. I'm not really big on his size. I thought the size thing, I'm not huge on small quarterbacks. I'm not huge on really tall quarterbacks. I think that 6'1", 6 foot, probably 6 foot to 6'3" is probably the best quarterback size in the NFL. There's small quarterbacks that went out there and did things. I mean, we can't put that. Russell Wilson, you got Kyler Murray, both playing still right now. Drew Brees, one of the best quarterbacks of all time in my eyes. He's a Purdue Boilermaker, but whatever. Go Buckeyes, buddy. But he's still one of the best. So I'm not going to say he can't do it. I just got to say, show me that you can. I think he has a hard time seeing over linemen. We'll see, though. You got to go out there and show me that you're going to make it. You show me you can do it in high school and college, so show me you can do it in the NFL. That's all I'm going to say. It's a show me state when it comes to short quarterbacks. C.J. Stroud, I thought, helped himself more in that bowl game against Georgia in the playoffs. Showed that he can be more athletic than people give him. But he still isn't as athletic as he needs to be. There's still things he needs to work on, like throwing on the run. He has a hard time turning those shoulders, squaring them shoulders up when he throws. So those are like a little bit of a weakness to him that he needs to work on. But when he threw in the Combine, I thought he was the best passer in the Combine. I mean, he was throwing on a dime. He has a great speed coming off the ball, great spiral. His routes and timing was all good. So it didn't matter who they gave him. He was throwing to him right on time. He was the best passer in the Combine. Anthony Richardson, I thought, helped himself. I had him at number 5. And it was a tight 5 quarterback battle. So I think he's the third best quarterback after watching that because he's the most athletic quarterback. He rated a 99 in athleticisms. I think that helped him when he did the 40-yard dash, and he did it in a 4.43 when he did his vertical in a 40.5. I think those things helped him. The board jump, I mean, When's the last time you've seen a quarterback have to jump over the whole offensive line to do something? I don't really care so much about the board jump when it comes to quarterbacks or the vertical. When is he going to go out there and jump like a receiver? Be a quarterback. You know what I mean? The 40, okay, yeah, he's shown he's a fast quarterback. He can use his legs. He's seen that in college. We have film on that. But in college, I also seen that he's made a lot of bad decisions and that he only was a starter 1 year. And to me, that's not enough production. I think you need to have at least 2 years of starting. I like 3-year starters when it comes to college football, but 2 years is pretty good. I mean, we don't want another Trubisky, right? So if he's going to come out in the NFL Combine and do this, people need to take it for as he's a quarterback of the future, not right now. If someone brings him in to be the QB now, I don't see him succeeding right away. I think he needs time to continue to build himself as a quarterback, not a running back. And he needs to be able to let the game slow down a little bit. Give him 2 years. Give him 2 years behind with a good QB coach and the right organization with the right tools to build this guy. And he might be the best quarterback come out of the NFL draft this year. Absolutely. He's the most athletic. If you can build him as a quarterback, he might be the best. So that's what I think when it comes to quarterbacks. Will Anderson, I still think will be the best defensive player coming out of the draft. I think he's the best edge player coming out of the draft. He's very athletic. He's very productive. He's got a motor, man. You know, when I talk about people with motor, I'm talking like Micah Parsons. I'm talking like Lawrence Taylor. These guys got motors. And Will Anderson has a motor. He has a never quit kind of motor. That's kind of what you want in a player. I think Will Anderson's the best defensive player coming out in the draft. I know Carter is right there, but Carter has some things I think he needs to work with. Carter coming out of Georgia had every time he played a heavyweight lineman, his tank would run out. And don't kill the messenger. Look at the film. When he played Ohio State in that playoff game, he did nothing. He did nothing. And because he played a heavyweight. When he plays a heavyweight, his tank runs out. And he also has a little bit of immaturity to him. And I think he needs to mature as a person when it comes to being a top defensive player. He has the talent. He just has a few things he needs to work out. That's why I got him at number 2 defensive player coming out. I think there's a toss-up with some of the other ones, but I'm just going to give Georgia some more love because I love Nolan Smith. 6'2", get this, 6'2", 238. The size, I think, can be better. That's why I don't really have him in the top 2. Matter of fact, he's kind of with some others when it comes to 3. I don't really care, but he has the vertical is a 4'1.5. So his vertical, to be able to throw past him, that's what brings him up. The batting the balls down in special teams and on regular defense as well, batting the balls down. I think that's huge. But then you go over here to this. All right, so you got Nolan Smith off the edge running a 4.39 in the 40. That dude's coming after you. Not only can he jump, he can run. This guy is a beast. And that's why I think I have to give him that 3rd spot. Because when you bring all this together as a player, and we've seen the production on film, right? We've seen it. Georgia showed us who he was on film. And then you take this combine and you see what he can do there. And then your pro day, you'll see. And I just think he's going to be the 3rd best pick when it comes to the NFL draft. I think Georgia's going to get a lot of love in the top 10, top 15. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Also, on the defensive side, I want to do Brian Branch and Joey Porter Jr. Brian Branch is not the most athletic corner out of Alabama, but he's the most productive corner going into this draft. I think he rated 96 in production, a 67 in athleticism. But they say that he's stronger than his size. He's stronger than what you would think he would be. He's very football intelligent. That's the kind of corner you want, someone who can read the receiver, someone who has a great production. I think he's going to be great. I think he'll be a top 2 corner going into this draft, maybe even the 1st. Joey Porter Jr. I'm putting up there as 1B right there with him. He's very tall. What is he? Joey Porter 6'2.5". 6'2.5" corner. That's huge, right? He's very fast. He's faster in the 40 than Brian. More athletic. I think he's an overall in the 70s, high 70s in production and athleticism. So he has growth he needs to do. I don't think either one of these guys are going to be crazy turning heads the first year, but I can see within a couple of years of being in the NFL, they can start finding themselves in the game kind of slowing down, them actually start turning heads as corners in the NFL. Joey has a little bit of an issue being a tall corner and still going up and fighting for that vertical ball, the jump. I think Joey needs to work on that. And also, sometimes he has to take a couple extra steps to be able to make his turn and tight coverage when it comes to different routes. There's just certain things he needs to grow as well. And maybe if he would have stayed another year, he would have had that down and probably would have been the best corner going into the draft. But I got him at 2B and I got Brian at 1B and 1A for Brian. And those are the two best corners, I think, going into the NFL draft. We do have some breaking news I want to throw out real quick before I end this. Carolina Panthers did do it, and I'm sure everybody heard it before you watched this. They did give up 2 first rounds and more to get the first overall pick. So what does that mean? Well, that means there's not going to be a defense number 1 overall pick. I can tell you that. I thought Will Anderson might actually take that number 1 pick over Carter with recent stuff that has happened with Carter. But I think now CJ or Bryce Young will be the number 1 overall pick as the quarterbacks. But I'd also look at it like this. There's now, I think, 3 quarterbacks who have to come out of this draft who might have to be productive immediately. And I only see 2 who possibly could. I see Bryce Young and CJ Stroud being able to come out and play productive football right off the bat. But now you're saying that Carolina's came up, Texans still need a quarterback, and Colts still need a quarterback who need to play right now. That tells me someone's going to have to step up. Or we're going to see some more awesome trades and free agency that still has to come. We've seen that the Saints went and picked up Derek Carr. I thought it was a good pick for them. I had either Carolina or them getting them. Great wide receivers over there at the Saints. I'm pretty excited to see what Chris Olave does now. He has a quarterback over there throwing to him. So good things happen. We'll come out with our draft mock video here real soon. I'm looking forward to do that. And please, again, subscribe, like, and share, and comment. And I'd like to hear what you got to say. Thank you for watching. God bless you, and have a wonderful night.